Here are the numbers from Bank of America. Equity trading revenue. This was strong at JP Morgan. It's decent at Bank of America as well. 1.61 billion, the estimate 1.41 billion. We understood there'd be some weakness on the FIC side of things. It's actually a beat over at Bank of America for the third quarter. FIC trading revenue 2.03 billion, the estimate 1.86 billion. We get the revenue for investment banking at 2.17 billion. Net interest income 11.2 billion, the estimate there 10.65 billion. Widely expected here, and then a reserve release. We've had two big quarters of this. We saw this at JP Morgan. We now get a third as well at Bank of America. The third quarter including a $1.1 billion reserve release. As for the stock, up more than 10% from September 22nd into this morning. We're up about 0.8% off the back of this at 43.48. Just to read us some of the numbers there then. Trading revenue, 3.63 billion, the estimate 3.27 billion. Sonali Basak with us to help us break this down. Sonali, your first read on this. It's a nice little beat.
Really nice beat in a lot of different business lines. That net interest income came in well in above expectations, which you have to parse through the numbers there. Where are we seeing the most activity? And what does that look like into 2022? It's very good news for Bank of America. That fixed income beat, that equities beat, advisory beat. You have a lot of strong numbers in the investment bank as well. This is one of the best reads I've seen for Bank of America in a long time in terms of how much they beat market expectations. And remember, Bank of America has had a lot of change at the top, a lot of turnover. And so these executives are walking into a pretty clean slate, John.
Sonali, I want to hone in on the net interest income. A lot of people had lowered their expectations. We saw JP Morgan basically in line, a little bit lower than expectations. Do you have any sense of how big of a deal it is for them to beat by the degree that they did in an environment with lower yields?
I mean, it's breathtaking. It was $10.6 billion was expected. Remember, last quarter they had fell shy. Brian Moynihan, his executives have been telling the street that by the end of the year, they could get $1 billion more in net interest income. But, you saw JP Morgan's print yesterday. There's still a little bit of sluggish growth when it comes to the consumer. So where is that growth coming from? Again, the mixture of Bank of America's business is a little bit different. When we look at Citigroup a little bit later, very, very card heavy, and that's one of the businesses we're concerned about. But again, sustainability of this business, I think, comes to mind as mortgages when I think of Bank of America as well. If rates start to rise, then how are these businesses impacted? Deposits still growing, although now that loans are as well growing, we'll be watching if that ratio starts to turn such that they have less pure cash and more deployment of that cash.